gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
Ready up.
56. Mike's 56. I got it. Let's go.
They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. The tackle made by Blake Martinez.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Mike 56. Mike 56.
Look. Squeeze. Speed grip.
Harris now. Off play action. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Leo. Hey, Delta.
Check. 53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get
Ready?
Looking to throw. Harris. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
It's just me and you.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
And it's 3rd down. Here we go. 50, plant.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Fair.
Rush in. Tight dog. Chad. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Hey, Sam off.
Check Mike 50. Mike.
Go.
50. There's a part of that.
Harris from the gun on 3rd down. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down.
Ready?
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Hey, exit.
50.
You ain't doing nothing today.
To throw is Harris. From the gun, he'll throw. Open man is Cameron Batson. 10 yards, good for a giant first down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Running on first down, Eckler. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
Hey, Alpha.
Now Harris operating from the gun. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a third.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a 3rd and long.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Switch it, switch it.
Go on, go on.
What's the other?
Hey, team 6, team 6.
56. Mike,
Hit it.
Operating from the gun. Harris. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Lightning speed there on the sack from the corner, Duke Dawson.
We're talking about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. And that hits the right upright and caroms away. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that hollow metal sound is the bane of any kicker's existence. And here, that sound is going to keep our game scoreless.
And you could see him give that body English as the ball was in the air. Come on, baby, come on. But no dice that time.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go. Here we go.
Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
Bring it. What? Swing.
Gurley again here on 1st down. Evades the tackler and now some space. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 31 yards there and a first down. Well, partner, Gurley came on the scene in 2015 NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year. It's been all systems go from game 1.
And they talked about easing him into the lineup, and that's really what they did. But once they got him in, they couldn't get him out. They had to feed him the ball more and more, and it's because of these types of runs. He just breaks defenses down with his power and his physicality.
Goal line offense, something they've really been emphasizing in practice lately. Now they have a chance here to put all that hard work to use. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal?
Set the tone, defense.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Rosas good with the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Now, they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Check.
You're out.
Check.
Five.
50's the mic. 50's the mic. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Get it.
Here's 2nd and 8.
50.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Josh Allen in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
We go.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Jumping. Deuce.
Hey, foxtrot.
From the gun, Harris. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
I'm coming. Blitz.
8 yards on the run there, and that leaves them with 3rd and just a couple.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
56 is the mic.
Don't let him breathe. Play that tight deep. Express. Breathe, defense.
Switch.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Ready. Let's get it.
45. I'm coming after you. Hey.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And finally wrestled down at the 11. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Let's get it.
56. Watch the backer. Watch out.
Ready.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
Here we go. 180.
Check 56. Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step.
They try right side here. Gurley. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. So that one will get him halfway to the first down marker. 7 yards makes it 3rd and 7 now.
Ready. Step 180. 8.
Bandit.
Check smash.
On the toss, it's Gurley. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
And the kick by Rosas is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. On the screen, this is Eckler. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. The Giants on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15.
Hey, Charlie.
Mike 56. Mike 56.
Hey, lock it.
SOS.
Here's Harris. From the gun, he'll throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Adam Gotsis, the Aussie, with a sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And the Giants send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded at the 33. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here.
They'll try a handoff right with Gurley. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Set. Ready,
56. Hey, check.
Here's Gurley. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Here's Newton. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Cam Hayward, always a force, got back there for the sack. From the gun on third down, Newton. He can run for it, and he will. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now it's Gurley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Back to throw, Newton. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
And Rosas puts this one through. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And now the clock reads precisely 1 minute to go in the half. You want to run the 1-minute offense? This is a good test right here.
It certainly is, and definitely not a time to think about kneeling and going into the half. This is a chance to attack a little bit, but not having to get everything in one shot either. 10 yards here, 15 there. Work the sidelines, work the clock, give yourself a chance for at least a field goal going into the half.
Harris now throwing on 1st down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 10 yards, good for a Giant 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Let's go, let's go.
Harris on 1st and 10. Forced out to... Oh, now Harris lost it. It's a fumble. And this is picked up by the Bears.
defense focus.
Following the fumble recovery, Newton to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. Rosa's kick is good. So how about the turn of events there at the end of the half?
This is one where you go charging into your locker room having collected 3 points you didn't expect to get, and you look across the field and you see guys kind of pointing fingers at each other like, dude, how'd you turn it over and make us give up 3 right there?
An incredibly short kick fielded way up there.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Tight end right. Three down. Hey, 81 right there. He's
You draw Parker. Check. Orbit. Hit it.
To throw is Harris. A final shot before break. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey! Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
Again they run with Gurley. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Ready? 780.
56.
80.
56. All day, baby. All day. Delta. 56. Mike, 56. Right there.
Throwing on 3rd down. Newton. Got a man open. It's Ross. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A gain of 19 and picking up the first.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
Look at it.
Mike's 56. Rip right.
On first down, it's Gurley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, second down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Here we go. Here we go. Now, Katie. Gun.
They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
Ready.
Spike 56. I'm coming.
To throw on third down, Newton. He's going to air one out. And that is incomplete. Had to pass there, third and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for third and short, because when it's third and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. It's Eckler again. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Back to throw. Harris. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Well, CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Newton. Dancing to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. In for the sack, Deion Jones. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
8.
3rd and long. It's Newton. Being chased out left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They run. It's Gurley. And he'll lose yardage, brought down at the 32. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. The previous play went to the offense with a nice run, but that last play we just saw certainly went to the defense.
So you're keeping a little bit of a ledger there, aren't you?
Tally.
You know, somebody wins, someone loses. But you get the sense offensively, they're continuing to probe around, trying to find the runs that are going to work, and then they'll go to them consistently.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A gain there of 21 yards. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Here we go, here we go.
Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Right there, 56. Let's get the ball.
On second and 11 now. Newton steps away to his left. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
I think when they get back in the huddle, the question will be, why did you throw that one? The coverage was incredible all over him. The only thing he didn't do after he caught the ball as a defender was get his feet in bounds. That should have been a turnover.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Here's Newton. And this is going to be intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
2nd and 1. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
Incomplete. It's third down. And 1 yard to go.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler, and he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now at Soldier Field. It's the Giants with possession of the football but needing points as we start quarter number 4.
You got 3 down.
Now Harris on first down, and it's incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. To throw again. Harris. They'll find Everett there, complete. That catch good for 5. It's third down. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. Harris looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one. And let's face it, he is so amped up, wanting to get a good get off on the snap, jump too quickly.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Gotcha.
Here's Harris throwing on 4th down. And he's going to have his running back. It's complete. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You stop to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Back to throw. Harris. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Josh Allen able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Safe. Pick the edge. Go.
Hey, zoom. Five.
Looking to throw. Harris. They'll get this complete to Batson. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 26. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about since training camp.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Josh Allen able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Just like that.
Back to throw. Harris. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
The Giants on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 14.
Mike 56. No chance. 56 to Mike, boys.
Hey, wahoo!
Here it comes.
Deep grip.
Harris now, operating from the gun. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Adam Gotsis picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Harris throwing on 4th down. He's going to look deep for more, and they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. The Giants go on 4th, but come up empty, and the Bears will get the football back. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
At the 32-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Hatch it.
Now Gurley. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It's a gain of 5, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Johnny Hacker now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Ready?
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
2nd and 9 now from the 21.
On the ball.
2nd and 9 now. He sets to fire deep. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Gurley. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Another carry now for Gurley. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Now Newton. He's got Evans. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get that
they?
little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Watch the safety creep.
Here comes a 20th carry for Gurley. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. Gun. 56.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Newton. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
Mike's 50. Mike's 50. Here we go. Hey, Mike's 50.
To throw is Harris. From the gun, he'll throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and defensively that might just seal a Week 1 victory. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Now he'll pull it down. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision, to go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout.
Flushed out right. Minus 9 yards on the play, and now it's 3rd down.
And incomplete. He steps out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Newton now to throw. Escaping the pressure right. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Results in a 4th down.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Now it's Newton. He'll fire a desperation throw for the end zone. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. T.J. Hockenson, 31 yards as the Bears push further out in front. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that pushes the lead up to 23.
Bears 23, Giants nothing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears, and this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field, so you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for the Bears, you can't ask for a better start as they pitch a shutout here in the opener. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.